What if everything you believed to be real was nothing more than shadows on a wall? What if the world you trust, the truths you hold dear, are just illusions, carefully constructed and unquestioned? Plato, one of history's greatest philosophers, challenges us to question our reality, to see beyond appearances, and to seek the light of true knowledge. In his famous Allegory of the Cave, he presents a world where most lie chained, seeing only shadows, believing them to be the whole of existence. But there is a way out, a path to understanding, awareness, and freedom. Today, we will step into Plato's cave, explore the shadows, and discover the profound truth about perception, reality, and the journey to enlightenment. Plato, one of the most influential philosophers in history, born in Athens around 427 BC, he was a student of Socrates and later became the teacher of Aristotle. Plato dedicated his life to understanding the nature of reality, the essence of knowledge, and the principles of a just society. Through his writings, especially the Republic, he explored profound questions. What is truth? What is reality? And how can we, as humans, rise above illusion to grasp the world as it truly is? The Allegory of the Cave, one of his most famous teachings, is not just a story, it is a mirror, reflecting the ways we perceive, interpret, and often misjudge the world around us. Plato challenges us to question, to seek knowledge, and to never settle for what seems familiar, comfortable, or easy. He shows us that philosophy is not just about thinking, but about awakening, a journey from darkness into light. In today's world, many of us live in our own caves. We are surrounded by constant information, endless opinions, and distractions that shape how we see reality. Social media feeds, news cycles, and even the people we trust can create shadows on the walls of our perception. We often accept what we see at face value, believing it to be the full truth. We cling to familiar narratives, to comforting illusions, rather than questioning, exploring, or seeking deeper understanding. This creates a subtle yet profound trap, a life guided by appearances, assumptions, and incomplete knowledge. We may feel confident, even certain, but our understanding of reality remains limited, as if we are staring at shadows, mistaking them for the world itself. Plato's Allegory of the Cave reminds us that this struggle is timeless. The challenge is not just to survive in a complex world, but to awaken, to step out of darkness, and to seek the light of truth, awareness, and clarity. Lesson 1. Understanding the cave. Plato's cave is not just a story, it is a reflection of our own minds. Imagine people chained in a dark cavern, facing a wall their entire lives. Behind them, a fire casts shadows of objects onto the wall, and these shadows are all they have ever known. To them, these shadows are reality. They have never seen the objects, the fire, or the world beyond the cave. They have no reason to doubt what they perceive, and so they accept illusion as truth. The cave represents ignorance, the ways in which we limit our understanding, how we confuse appearances with reality. Many of us live in our own caves, trapped by routine, assumptions, and societal expectations. We see only fragments of the world, mistaking perception for knowledge, comfort for clarity. Plato challenges us to recognize the shadows, to question what we see, to seek what lies beyond the familiar walls, and to understand that true knowledge comes from stepping out, from seeing the world in its fullness, rather than accepting the illusions projected before us. Awareness begins with a single step, acknowledging that the shadows are not the whole truth and that the light of understanding waits beyond our comfort zones. Lesson 2. The journey to the light. Plato tells us that one prisoner is freed. At first, the light blinds him. He stumbles, disoriented, and longs for the familiar shadows. The world he thought he knew, the only reality he had ever trusted, suddenly feels fragile, uncertain, even deceptive. But as his eyes adjust, he begins to see the truth. The fire, the objects, the world outside the cave. The journey to understanding is not easy. Knowledge is often uncomfortable. Truth challenges what we have held for a lifetime. It asks us to question, to reflect, and to confront our own assumptions. Yet, the rewards are extraordinary. The freed prisoner discovers a world filled with depth, beauty, and clarity. He realizes that life is far richer than mere shadows, and that understanding brings freedom. This journey is symbolic for all of us. The pursuit of wisdom, the courage to step beyond what is familiar, and the willingness to face discomfort for the sake of enlightenment. Plato's lesson is clear. To know reality, we must leave the cave, to challenge our perspectives, and to embrace the transformative power of truth and insight. Lesson 3. Returning to the cave, the freed prisoner does not stop at enlightenment. He feels a responsibility to return to the cave, to share the truth he has discovered, to help those still chained in darkness. But when he goes back, he faces resistance. The prisoners, accustomed to shadows, cannot comprehend the light he speaks of. They may laugh, doubt, or even reject him. This is the paradox of knowledge. Truth is liberating, but it is not always welcomed. People often cling to familiar illusions, even when offered the possibility of understanding. Plato's Allegory teaches us about patience, courage, and compassion. Those who see the light must not only pursue their own wisdom, but also recognize that guiding others requires empathy and an understanding of their fears and limitations. True knowledge is both personal and communal. It transforms the one who seeks it and has the potential to illuminate the lives of many. The journey does not end with seeing the light. It extends to the challenge of sharing it, of inspiring change, and of helping others break free from the shadows that bind them. Plato's Allegory of the Cave reminds us that life is more than what meets the eye. We are all susceptible to illusions, to shadows that distort our perception, and to truths we hesitate to confront. But within each of us lies the potential to step into the light, to question, to explore, and to seek knowledge beyond the walls of our comfort zones. True understanding requires courage, patience, and a willingness to face the unknown. And when we do, we discover a reality far richer and more profound than we ever imagined. Yet, wisdom is not meant to be kept to ourselves. Like the freed prisoner, we have the opportunity, and perhaps the responsibility, to help others see beyond their shadows, to share the light of understanding, and to inspire change, compassion, and growth. Plato teaches us that knowledge is freedom. It is the journey from darkness into light, from ignorance to awareness, and from illusion to truth. Step beyond the shadows. Embrace the light, and allow yourself to truly see the world as it was meant to be seen.